You finally hit go live on Kick, and the only viewer in your chat is just a bot trying to sell you some cheap graphics. It is completely soul-crushing. But in 2026, you don't need a $400 mixer or a NASA supercomputer to fix it. Today is your ultimate zero fluff Kick masterclass. I'm gonna show you exactly how to download OBS Studio, create a professional stream layout, route your audio perfectly for free, and plug in the exact secret settings the top 1% of Kick streamers use. So let's build your channel. First up, we need the actual brain of your operation. Head over to obsproject.com, which is also in the description below, and download OBS Studio for your machine, whether that's Windows or Mac, or Linux if you're weird. It's completely free and runs super light on your PC, and it is the undisputed industry standard for streaming software. So download it, install it, and open it up. When you open it for the first time, it looks like a terrifying black void. But don't freak out. See this massive, giant black box at the top of the screen? This is your preview screen. Think of this as your entire TV screen. This is the exact window that your Kick viewers are going to see when they watch your stream. Right now it's empty because we haven't added anything to it yet. Now down in the bottom left, we have this little box where it says scenes. Think of scenes as different rooms in your house. We're gonna have a room that's called gameplay for our gameplay, obviously. Then right next door to the right, we have our sources. If scenes are our rooms in the house, sources are gonna be the actual furniture. This is where your webcam, your microphone, and your actual gameplay are going to live. Now before we move the furniture into these rooms and set up your actual design, we have to sign the lease with the network in the house. So we're gonna go to the bottom right corner where it says settings. We're gonna click on that. Then we're gonna navigate to the left-hand side where it says stream. So click on stream. And then at the very top where it says service, unfortunately right now they don't have a Kick option. So we gotta click on custom. And now we need to jump over to kick.com to get some information to plug in so we can actually connect our Kick stream to OBS Studio. So once you're logged into your Kick channel, you're gonna go to the top right corner and click your icon, and then we're gonna go to the creator dashboard. So click creator dashboard. Then on the left hand side here, we're gonna see a little button that says stream URL and key. So click on that. And a quick word of warning, you need to treat this page right here as your social security number. Do not show this to the internet or anyone else because they can literally hijack your stream from you. So the first thing we need to do is hit this little icon right here, and that's going to send a code to me so that way you can actually protect your information. But now that we have access to this information, we need to click on this little square right here so that way we can actually copy this link. So click on that. It's going to copy the link, and we're going to go back to OBS Studio, and that stream URL that we just copied, we're going to paste this in as the server. And then we need to go back to Kick real quick. Hey, that kind of rhymed. And we're going to do the exact same thing for the stream key. You're going to see a little two squares right there. It's conveniently hidden behind my webcam, just like there. So click these two squares to copy it. And then now we're going to paste that new one, the stream key, into the stream key box. Now we're going to hit apply and OK, and now our Kick account is talking to OBS Studio, so they're now connected. Now we need to actually move the furniture into the house and make your stream look professional. You need these three basic scenes. First things first, we're going to rename this new scene, so we're going to right click on it, and we're going to hit rename, and we're going to call it gameplay. Then you can click on anywhere outside the box, and this is now our gameplay room. Now you have two options. You can go to canva.com and spend your entire weekend designing overlays, borders, and panels from scratch totally for free, and that is totally fine. But if you value your time, or you're honestly just super lazy like I am, you can literally just copy my exact setup. I built a streamer starter pack that has everything you're gonna need, and I put an absolutely massive discount link at the top of the description where you can grab this entire graphics pack for under the price of an overpriced coffee. And you'll have your stream looking pro in 60 seconds and not 6 hours. So I'm gonna use my streamer starter pack to save us both some time. So let's build our gameplay scene. First, let's add that cutie patootie face of yours. We're gonna go over to our sources, and we're gonna click this little plus icon, so click on that, and then we're gonna click on video capture device. Notice there's a little camera icon because obviously it's a little camera. So we're gonna click on video capture device, and you can call this whatever, but I'm gonna call it webcam to keep things easy. Then we're gonna hit OK, and now we're gonna choose from our device list whatever webcam you wanna use. So when you've chosen your webcam, you're gonna simply hit OK, and now you're able to place your webcam anywhere on the screen that you'd like. Since this is a gameplay scene, I'm gonna make this a lot smaller so that way it's not covering the entire game, which would kind of defeat the whole purpose, right? So this seems to be a pretty decent size, which I've never heard in my life before, but that's not the point of this video. And you can resize it using these corners here. But now let's add the actual webcam overlay to make it look clean and professional. So we're gonna go to sources. I'm gonna hit the plus button, and if you have an animated overlay, you'll use a media source, but mine is static today, so I'll be using image. So I'm gonna click on an image source. We'll call call this one webcam overlay, and then we'll hit OK. Then we'll hit the browse button under image files, so click on browse. I'm gonna navigate to my streamer starter pack, or if you spent hours in Canva, you'll do the same thing there. I'm gonna go to my overlays, and then I'm going to change this so I can actually see what they look like, and I need one that is 16 by 9. So I can choose from overlay 1 or 2. Let's go with 1 to keep things easy, and then hit OK. Now we have our overlay here, so we're gonna hit OK. And now we need to resize this overlay so it actually fits over our webcam. But the important part here is that your webcam overlay source needs to be above the webcam. Otherwise, if it's below, your webcam's gonna cover the dang overlay. Same thing with our gameplay, which we'll add in a second. So the order that you have your sources is very important because they're stacking on each other. Kind of like a Krabby Patty. If you know, you know. Now, obviously for a gameplay scene, we need our gameplay, right? Duh. So let me boot up a game real quick. In order to add the actual gameplay to our OBS, we need to go down to sources and then hit the plus button, and we have 3 choices. The best choice is going to use game capture. However, if you're having issues with game capture, the next best choice is to use window capture. And if that's not working, your last choice is to use display capture. And display capture would capture everything on your screen, so it would show sensitive information, so you need to be comfortable and know that's what happens when you use a display capture. But most of you will be able to do it just fine with game capture or window capture, so let's start with game capture. So I'm gonna click on game capture. We can leave it to game capture because obviously, duh, we kind of know what that is, right? So we're gonna hit the OK button, and I'm gonna have to choose capture specific window, and I'm gonna choose my game from this window list. So I'm gonna find Golf with Your Friends, which is right here, or whatever game you're playing. So click on your game, give it a second to load, and it'll pop up right here. A quick pro tip for you, if you're using the capture specific window option, you need to change the window if you change games, because you're telling it Golf with Friends, and let's say you switch to Among Us, you'll have to go in and make one for Among Us as well, or switch it here. Otherwise, it's gonna be blank. However, if you're using capture any full screen application, 9 times out of 10, it'll automatically switch to whatever your next game is. So like I said, if game capture doesn't work, try a window capture or display capture. But once you have it up, we're gonna hit OK, and now we have our gameplay. However, you'll notice, since it is at the top of the source list, it's actually covering all this stuff behind it, like our webcam overlay and webcam. So we simply just have to click and drag the game capture source all the way to the bottom, and we actually did a pretty good job lining up our little webcam in the overlay. In order to move both of them at the same time, I'm gonna click on my webcam overlay and hold down Control, and then I'm gonna click on webcam. Now we have both of them highlighted, so I can simply click and drag wherever I want them on my screen. So I'd say maybe right about here for golf. That looks pretty good. And bada boom, bada bing, we got a professional gameplay scene for our kick stream. So now let's move on to the second scene, which is gonna be a just chatting scene. So we're gonna go to the scenes in the bottom left corner and hit the plus button, and we're gonna call this just chatting, if I can type it out correctly. Then we're gonna hit OK. Now we have another blank room. For this one, traditionally, you just wanna have your webcam full screen, so that's exactly what we'll do. We're gonna hit the plus button under sources, and we're gonna do video capture device. However, since we've already added our webcam, to make things easier, we're actually gonna click on this add existing option because we already have it in our gameplay scene. So we're gonna hit add existing and then click on webcam. So once that's selected, we're gonna hit OK, and now we have our webcam. However, since I'm using my crappy integrated webcam on my laptop, I actually need to stretch this to be full screen. So you can do it the lazy way by dragging the corners, or you can simply right click it and then go to transform, and then at the very bottom, we're gonna choose fit to screen. So click on that, and we've done all of the hard work at the click of a button. And this is literally your just chatting scene. You're done. Now let's make our third scene, which is our starting soon screen. So we're gonna go in the scenes in the bottom left corner, click the plus button. We'll call this one starting soon because we're cool and we're hip with the kids. We're gonna hit OK. Now we'll go under sources once again, hit the plus button, and this time, if you have an animated starting soon screen, you'll use media, but if we're using a static one, like today, we'll be using the image source because that's static. So we'll call this starting soon screen, and then hit OK. Now we're gonna hit the browse button under image file, so click on browse. If you're using my streamer starter pack, it'll be in the screens folder, but if you're using your Canva one, that's totally fine too. You'll just navigate to that file. I'm gonna double click on the starting soon screen option, so click on that. It's gonna add it in just like that, hit OK, and your starting soon screen is done. Just like that, easy peasy. Now we have 3 important scenes. You got your starting soon screen from when you gotta pee, do whatever business you gotta do when you're starting up. Then we have our just chatting scene, so you can talk to your chat and have a heart-to-heart with them, or just shoot the crap with them. And then you can also click on gameplay for the nitty-gritty, heavy Arc Raiders, whatever gameplay you're playing. And you can simply just click on the different scenes in order to switch between them. Now we arrive at step number 3, and this is the #1 reason why most streamers fail on on Kick. Because 2 years ago, to perfectly separate your game audio from your Discord audio, you had to spend $300 on a physical audio mixer. And we're broke AF. But luckily, we don't have to do that anymore because OBS Studio fixed it. All you gotta do is go to the settings in the bottom right corner, so click on settings. Then we're gonna go to the left and click on the audio tab, so click on audio. And you're gonna make sure that all of these say disabled. So desktop audio all the way down to mic aux audio 4, they're all disabled. So make sure these are all turned off, then hit apply and okay. Now our audio mixer right here in the bottom middle is completely blank, which is perfect because now we have total control to build out our sound. So the first thing we'll do is go to the left under sources, and we're gonna hit the plus button, and we're gonna scroll up to where it says audio input capture, and you'll see this little microphone icon. So if you guys are getting ideas, you're probably right. So we'll click on audio input capture. I'm gonna call this one microphone, and then we're gonna hit OK. And for the device, we're going to click on default, and we're actually going to change it to whatever microphone you're using. So I'm gonna click on my Rode PodMic USB, and I'm gonna hit OK. Now you'll see that I have this little bar right here that says microphone. And you'll also notice that if I wanted to mute myself, I could click this little icon, and then my stream will not hear me. However, I want them to hear me, and you can drag this little bar here to make yourself louder or softer. And you can tell it's working because when I'm talking, this little bar goes up and down. But there's one important thing that you need to know about your audio. It is completely independent and separate from each scene. So what we need to do is go to starting soon. We're gonna right click on the microphone, and we're going to hit copy. Then we'll go to whatever scene we want to have our microphone in, like gameplay and just chatting, and we're going to right click under sources, and we're going to paste reference. And then we'll rinse and repeat that for the other scenes like just chatting. So we're gonna right click, and then we're gonna paste reference. So now we have a microphone in all 3 of our scenes, which is really important. Otherwise, you're gonna be on mute, and we don't want that. Now, since we're in our gameplay scene, we want to have our game audio, right? So we're going to go and hit the plus button under sources, and then we're going to do application audio capture. So click on that. I'm going to call this one game audio, and we're going to hit OK. And then for the window, we want to change this to whatever your game is. So golf with your friends is what we're playing. So I'm going to click on that, and then we're going to hit OK. Now you can see it has a little bar going up and down because it's picking up the golf with friends audio, and I have my microphone. And so you're starting to understand the concept of adding audio to your scenes. Now when we go to just chatting, it's only going to have our microphone because you don't really need the game audio there, right? If you wanted to add your music, for example, or you have the Spotify app downloaded on your computer, whatever app you use for music, you'll just do the same thing. You'll go to sources, hit the plus button, go to application audio capture, you can type this in as music, hit OK, and then you'll find whatever window you're using for your music. So if you have the desktop Spotify app or whatever, you'll just select it from there. And you'll do the same thing for your Discord audio too. And by doing it this way, you have total control over your audio, and you don't need to spend $300 on a freaking audio mixer. So double check all of your different scenes with all of your different audio sources. Make sure everything has everything you want it to, and let's move on to the next step. Now we move on to step 4. This is where we fix your pixelated and laggy stream. We're gonna go back down to the settings in the bottom right corner, click on the button, then we're gonna go to the video tab. The base canvas resolution at the top is literally the resolution of the physical monitor you're playing on. So I'm playing on a 1080p monitor, so I'm gonna make sure this end number says 1080. If you're using a 4K monitor, you'll have a 4K option, and then the output scaled resolution is what you want to stream at. So in this case, I would like to stream at 1080p, and I'm playing on a 1080p monitor, so these would be the same. However, if you're playing on a 4K monitor, I highly recommend still streaming at 1080p, and if you're lagging or pixelated or whatever, you can actually bump this down to 720 at the end, because having a buttery smooth stream is much more important than having a heavily pixelated laggy stream. So you might have to experiment with this a bit, but I would recommend starting at 1080 if you can. If these two numbers are different, you'll need to choose a downscale filter. So in this case, let's just say we do 720. I would always recommend choosing Landscopes because that's going to give you the best quality. And then your common FPS values, make sure it says 60 because that'll be 60 frames per second, which ensures it's just buttery smooth. So for my case, I'm going to be streaming on a 1080p monitor, so that's 1080. And then I want to stream at 1080p, 60 frames per second. And since these are the same, you don't need a downscale filter. So for my setup, that's what this is going to look like. I'm going to hit apply, and then we're going to move on to the output tab. First thing we want to do is switch the output mode at the top from simple to advanced. For the video encoder right here, if you're running an NVIDIA graphics card like I am, you'll want to use NVIDIA NVENC H.264. And if you're rocking an AMD graphics card, then you'll want to use AMD HW H.264. This takes all the stress off of your computer's processor and puts it on your graphics card where it belongs. Now for the secret sauce, we're gonna scroll down to where it says rate control. This needs to be constant bitrate, or CBR. It's literally an acronym for constant bitrate. Because Kick allows for massive quality, we actually wanna change the bitrate from the standard 6,000 on Twitch, and we can crank that up to 8,000. And this number will give you crystal clear quality on Kick if your internet speed, computer, and settings can handle it. So if your stream is either lagging or it looks like doggy doo-doo, I would lower the bitrate down to 6,000, and if you're still lagging, you might need a better internet speed or an upgrade to your computer, but you could also lower this down to 4,500 if you're really struggling. And that's really all we have to change with the actual quality, so we're gonna hit apply and okay. So now we move on to step number 5. You built the car, now it's time to start that engine. We're gonna look in the bottom right corner of OBS right below my webcam, and you're gonna see a button that says start streaming. Once you click this button, as I'm gonna do right now, it's gonna connect, and it's connected to our Kick stream, and now it says stop streaming. So if we click that button, that means our stream will end. However, we need to pay really close attention to the bottom right corner here. You're gonna see drop frame 0, which is good. You can see our 8,000 kilobits per second with green bar. That's great. If this is red or yellow, and that's not good, that means we gotta lower some settings, whether that's the bit rate or dropping your video resolution to 720 like we mentioned in the video tab. And then everything else looks good here. 60 out of 60 FPS, that is perfect. So everything is live right now. So let's head over to kick.com and actually check it out in action. So you can see we are currently live streaming on kick.com. This is my channel, Cpaws Music, which by the way, if you ever have any questions, come check out the stream. I answer any questions you guys have. But what we want to do is actually go to the top right corner and click our icon, and we're going to go to the creator dashboard. This is going to be every streamer's home base. You're going to see your stream preview right here, which if you need to save on some bandwidth or whatever, we can pause that so it's not chugging your computer. But you'll be able to see your session info, like the amount of viewers you currently have, how many followers, your subs, how long you've been live for. You got your chat when people come in and talk, like Riz, shout out Riz. You'll be able to change your stream info up here with this little pencil icon, so you can change your title, your game category, all that stuff. You can also see your activity feed, so anytime you get a follower or sub, that'll show up here. Same with mod action, so on and so forth. So now that the stream is up and running and we have some activity in chat, let me show you how you can actually add your chat into OBS so you don't have to switch back and forth all the time. What you want to do first is go to your chat, go to the very bottom and click this little gear icon. We're going to click on pop out chat. From here, we're going to copy this URL at the top. So we're going to hit Control C or right click and then copy. Then we're going to go back into OBS Studio. Then we'll go to docs at the very top, click on docs, and we're going to do custom browser docs. We need a doc name, so I'm going to call it Kick Chat. And then for the URL, we're going to Control V or right click paste and then hit apply. Now we have our Kick Chat, and all we have to do is drag the top here, and then we can put it anywhere that we want inside OBS and it'll just snap in. So then you'll just hit close, you'll accept all. You might have to log in, but that's fine. And you'll be able to send messages and read messages all inside OBS Studio. You can also do the same thing with some of the other stuff, like your session info, your stream info, in case you don't want to have the creator dashboard up and running, which I totally get. And you can rinse and repeat for all the other necessary information you want in your OBS Studio. But now that we know that everything's running successfully and working good, we can hit the stop streaming button in OBS Studio right here, give it a second, and then if you'll go over to your creator dashboard in Kick, you'll notice that the stream is now offline, and you should be able to go to your studio icon, go to VODs, and you'll see that you'll have your past broadcast right here. So all you have to do is simply click on it, and it'll bring you to your past broadcast video after it's done loading, and you'll be able to actually go back and watch your stream to see if maybe you didn't set something up correctly, you were muted, or you have to adjust the gain volume a little bit lower than your mic using these little bars right here, which by the way, your microphone should be hitting just below the yellow, maybe peeking in the yellow occasionally, and your game audio should definitely be way lower than that, so maybe about half of your microphone. But go back and rewatch your stream on the little Kick page so you can actually hear it yourself. But you did it. Your layout is dialed in, and your audio is perfectly separated, and your Kick settings are mathematically optimized for 2026. But I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Having a pretty stream doesn't automatically make people click your channel. If you just hit go live right now without a strategy, you're gonna be sitting in an empty room for the next 6 months. Before your actual first broadcast, you need two things. First, you need my completely free pre-stream cheat sheet. It's the exact pilot's checklist I use to guarantee my tech never fails when I go live, so you aren't streaming on mute. You can download the PDF for free right at the top of the description as well. Second, you need to learn how to actually get traffic. So click on the video right here to the side of me, where I break down the exact strategy to solve your 0 viewer problem and actually get people in your chat. So grab the free cheat sheet, click on that video, and I'll see you there.